Most people don't struggle with ideas. They struggle with turning ideas into execution. Ideas live in notes, voice memos, half-written documents, and that's where they actually die. Today, I'm going to show you 7 AI prompts that consistently turns vague ideas into real business workflows. Not content, not inspiration, but steps team can actually follow. And stay until the end because I'll show you why most prompts fail, even when they sound smart, and how to fix permanently. Okay, if this breakdown is helping you think more clearly about AI and execution, consider subscribing and sharing with a friend. This is still a newer channel, and subscribing helps us reach the leaders who want systems and not noise. Okay, let's get back to it. The real problem with prompting. AI doesn't fail because it's weak. It fails because people prompt emotionally instead of structurally. Most prompts sound like, help me with this, make this better, give me steps. That's not prompting, that's hoping. Effective prompting always includes 3 things: role, how AI should think; constraints, what matters and what doesn't; output rules, what usable looks like. Every prompt I'll share follows that structure, even if it looks simple. How to use these prompts. Quick rule before we start. These prompts work best in tools like ChatGPT, Claude AI, Gemini, or even Perplexity when you paste them as is, answer follow-up questions honestly, and reuse the output as living documents. These are not one-and-done prompts. They're workflow generators. Prompt 1, the Idea Clarifier structure. This prompt works because it forces definition before creation. Instead of asking AI for solutions, you tell it to identify unknowns. Clarity always comes before speed. Use this prompt. Act as a business operations analyst. I have this idea, and you paste the idea. Ask me 5 clarifying questions that must be answered before this can become a repeatable workflow. When we enter this prompt into AI to help streamline the process, it returns 5 key questions. Where does time actually die in the order to deliver lifecycle? Which delays are policy-driven versus constraint-driven? What data is required to move an order forward, and when does it become available? Who owns the clock at each handoff? And what does fast enough actually mean to the customer and the business? When we answer these cleanly, you don't just get a faster supply chain. You get a system that can be codified, automated, and improved without constant oversight. That's where operational leverage lives. Fewer prayers, more clocks, and decisions that move at the speed of truth. Here's how to adopt it. You can swap the role to operations analyst, process engineer, head of customer success. The role determines the lens. The structure stays the same. Here's prompt 2, the workflow skeleton structure. This prompt forces sequence and hands-off, not suggestions. If AI can't explain the steps clearly, neither can your team. Here's the prompt. Based on my answers, create a step-by-step workflow that a team member could follow without additional explanation. AI was able to give me a breakdown of 8 steps with 1 daily review task to help move every valid order from capture to carrier handoff within a predictable same-day processing window, with exception resolved in under 30 minutes. This is the power of AI. If you want it to be stronger, you can add this for an output. Use numbered steps. Avoid vague language. Assume the reader is new. Specificity improves reliability. Here's prompt 3, role and ownership assignment structure. Workflows fail when ownership is fuzzy. This prompt works because it forces accountability into the design, not after the fact. Here's the prompt. Let's type this in. For each step, assign an owner role, required input, and expected output. AI is able to execute this in seconds, listing clear roles all the way to the definition of done. This is a game changer if you're able to save a company time by driving efficiency and improving customer satisfaction. You can replace role with the department, with system, or automation. okay? Be flexible. Ownership doesn't always mean a person. Here's prompt number 4, failure mode analysis structure. Most people ask AI how to succeed. Leaders, they ask how things break. This prompt builds resilience before scale. Ask AI to identify where this workflow is most likely to break and suggest safeguards for each risk. For each relevant step in the workflow, AI breaks down why it breaks, safeguards, and early warning signs. To go deeper, you can ask AI to recommend escalation rules. This turns workflows into self-correcting systems. Prompt number 5, the time leak check structure. Here's where the power kicks into higher gear. AI saves time by removal, not addition. This prompt works because it hunts for waste. Enter in your window, highlight steps that can be automated, eliminated, or simplified without reducing quality. AI gives you exactly where and how this can be done and tell you why quality is preserved at that step. You can even go deeper and ask AI to rank steps by time cost, flag steps requiring human judgment, or suggest automation tools. This directly connects prompting to ROI. Prompt 6, SOP conversion structure. Execution scales when your knowledge leaves your head. This prompt forces clarity over cleverness. Turn this workflow into a clear SOP with headings, bullet points, and decision rules. Each step in this SOP generated includes the trigger, the owner, the actions, decision rules, and other rules. This isn't meant to be the final document, but you are 60 to 70% there and not starting from a blank page. You can even specify the tone if you want it formal or simple, the audience if it's a new hire or manager level, or even format if you want it Notion ready or checklist or in a PDF document. Here's prompt number 7, feedback loop builder. Most workflows fail because they freeze. This prompt works because it designs learning into the system. Here's where the magic of AI takes off. Enter the prompt. Create a simple feedback loop to improve this workflow over time without adding meetings. AI generates a feedback loop that includes signal capture, threshold rules, auto classifications, single owner assignment, fixed window, locked in, and silent scorecard. You can even prompt it and add, include metrics, limit review frequency, avoid human bottlenecks. This is how workflows compound quietly. Here's the nugget I promised. Good prompts don't ask AI to be creative. They force it to be precise. Constraints are not limitations. They're actually instructions. When you stop asking AI to help and start telling it how to think, ideas finally move. Listen, ideas are cheap, workflow compounds. In the next video, I'll show you how to turn these workflows into AI systems that run with minimal supervision. No hype, no magic, just leverage that lasts. See you soon.